Hello guys, in this video I'll be explaining you the trade that I have taken on Thursday, that's on Bank Nifty Expiry day. Okay, so friends, the purpose of this video is to explain you two mistakes which I did on the same day. Okay, so the first one is the setup. If what happens if the setup didn't work? It's natural guys, our setup may not work on every day. Okay, it can happen. So at that time what we need to do, that's what I'm gonna explain in this video. Okay, so we were expecting some support or rejection from Camarilla R3 or 200 EMA, but it didn't give that. So in such situation, what we need to do is we have to look for 10-20 points and then we have to take stop loss. Okay, obviously we need to take stop loss. It's a part of trading. Okay, and then we have to wait for another trading opportunity, and as a scalper, if needed, we need to switch our position also. Okay, so that's what we have to do if our setup didn't work. So that's the first mistake I did, and you can watch that in this video. And then coming to the second mistake, I went for a hero zero trade. Okay, so coming to that part, guys, by 3 o'clock, I made 1.5 lakhs of profit. Okay, and when compared to my capital which I deployed to make this 1.5 lakh profit, it's a great thing actually. But then I was having a feel like I didn't perform really well, because in the last week, even though the market was not giving much move, I did really well. And today, on this day, the market was giving a one side move. It was a very good move, and then I made only 1.5 lakhs. So I was having a feel like I could have made better profit. So I just went for a hero zero trade. So that's the second mistake I did. Normally I do not trade after 3 o'clock. I don't like to take that risk, but this time I did that, and I took 75,000 rupees, from this 1.5 profit. I took 75,000 for this hero zero trade, and that entire 75,000 I lost that. Okay, so that's what happened, and I had to close it with 20 paise. And guys, after that I took another trade and somehow I managed it. Okay, so that's what I am explaining in this video. Two mistakes, the setup, or how the setup doesn't work, and what we need to do that at that time. Then the hero zero trade. Okay, so I'll be explaining you in detail with the orders and everything. So please watch the video now.
Okay guys, so let's look at the trades that I have taken today, or let's look at the trade opportunities today. So expiry day, it was an amazing expiry. You can see this the high which is made in futures around 46,500, and it came till 45, almost 500. So around from here, if you see, almost 1000 points. But again, from this level, if you look at, it will be around 700 points, close to 700 points dip is there. So I hope most of you have done well if you were on the put side, but it was not a very good day for me. Before I show you my position, whether it is profit or loss, I'll tell you what happened to my setup and how it did not work today very well. Okay, so you also might have felt some difficulties in the beginning. But then after this candle, you might have made some good money. Okay, so let's look at the situation. Initially, so if you see, I've done a video on Wednesday. Okay, so in that I have given a live trade setup, and I told you I was clearly bearish, right? So many people have asked me why I was so bearish. So if you look for the reason why I was so bearish for on the Nifty expiry day, this was the Nifty expiry day. Okay, so let me answer this question first. There's a question which I was asked by many in the personal message as well as in the comments, why I had a strong bearish view, and you can see it almost came and touched this low. Okay, so which was like 3 days low, I think. Okay, and from there they actually bounced. So why I made such a strong bearish views? Because you can see the last expiry, there was a very good up move, came to all-time high, and what is the next high, which is lower high, right? Lower than this high. So look at this two high, and then look at this next high, which is again lower than this. Look at this high, which is lower, and then again, so looking at this, I have actually planned for a down move, downtrend, because there was something which was painting, right? There was a very good down move on the previous day, the Monday. So you can see here there was a very good move on Monday. So I was definitely expecting a follow up on this day. So if you see 200 EMA has been broken comfortably here, I was actually expecting that here. So that is the reason for my negative view on that day. So many were asking why I have that strong conviction. So this is actually the reason. If you see here, this is the high and this is the lower high, then lower high. Look at this deep fall which simply broke the 200 EMA also. So that's the reason why I have taken this down view. I did not explain that in the live trade. Now after that, towards the end, they made a move, and on Monday it was a kind of consolidation and a kind of breakout also. So from here, my view has changed to somewhat sideways to bullish. And then on Tuesday, what happened is, when I saw this 200-point gap up, it was like bullish move because it was breaking yesterday's high, that is on Monday's high, and this high, this candle have touched this high. If you see in futures, I'm not talking about the sport. If you look, the futures and sports have entirely different candle, but there was some trade which happened in future at this level, 46,500 level also. That is why this candle is showing here this high. Okay, so at least one trade would have happened at this level. So that is the reason why my trade was bullish on Tuesday, clearly bullish in the morning, and it was a gap up, and I was waiting for the retracement, okay, to the 220 EMA and to the pivots. So, my strategies like that only. You can see moving averages and, turning upside here at this level. If you forget about this part, morning till this level, we can see moving averages and, the indicator are very good upside slope in a railway track pattern, 200 EMA, 100 EMA, 50 EMA, and then 20 EMA. So, I was very clearly bullish. So what I did is I got a small bullish trade here. Definitely you can expect that I would have taken this trade and this trade. So I made good profit in this calls. And initially, morning itself, I was with a profit of 1.1 lakh plus because it came to this Camarilla R3 and I took a small trade here also. But I made an attempt again at 20 MA. It failed. But I was holding on to the trade expecting a support at R3. That also failed. Broke here. So I took a stop loss. But I would have waited for this level, yesterday's gap to be filled, Monday's gap to be filled so that it can get a small support. But anyway, I took my stop loss once this level is broken. So I entered at 20 MA and I entered at this level, averaged at this level. So I took a stop loss. By this time, it was around 1,20,000 profit and I lost around 70,000 in this trade. So after that, when it came to this level, see, what I did here is at 20 MA I have added because I was planning to average more here at R3. Same thing I did here. I have added at 200 MA. I was planning to add more at this S3. Now this also did not help me. It gave a breakdown because I was not expecting a small bounce. I was expecting a very good bounce from there. But that did not happen. If you see previously, look at this bounce which has came from 200 EMA. Look at this bounce. You look at this bounce and look at this bounce. And if you look into 15-minute time frame, look at, let it come. Let the EMS come. Look at the 15-minute time frame. This I'll discuss later because there's a support. I was expecting a support here also. In fact, it took a small support and I got a small trade here. So 200 EMA is acting as a very good support. Look at this move which is coming from 200 EMA. Look at this move after this entire down move. It took a support from there. It took support beautifully from 200 EMA. So that's the reason why I always take trades at 200 EMA because it's very important. And then this S3 also. So this also failed. So I actually came to loss at this point of time. But then since this has been broken down, I shifted to put trade here. So put trade gave me some reward, but my quantity was very less. I did not go aggressively till the time yesterday's low is broken. So I cannot go and just because it is broken and then I had to exit these calls. But I took a put trade, but I did not go aggressively here just because yesterday's low was here. So I was expecting some support can come here, just like what I was expecting here. The same was my the expectation here also. I thought that some support will come here. In fact, they gave a support. You can see beautiful green candle that is at yesterday's low. So it actually worked also. So I booked some small profit here, but that was not enough anyway. And then after this, once this level has been broken, I have entered again. But again, a very small quantity because I was expecting a support here. So I entered on this candle. Okay. But what happened is it just reversed. Okay, it just reversed. After that, I have entered somewhere here in this candle. I waited for this, okay. I did not book the profit and then it bounced and again it came. So I was actually expecting a touch of this, but then from here it gave a sharp bounce. So I have entered again a trade once at this level is broken and I got a small profit here because I was expecting a support from this level. So just before I have shown you, this is the support which is from 200 EMA. So I was expecting a support here, and if you see, this move is actually coming from 200 EMA. So I was able to take some call trade. I'll just show you the 200 EMA. These are the small trades I'm taking. Look at this support which is coming from 200 EMA. So once this price has come to 200 EMA, and if you see this carefully, this candle breaking this high and closed above 200 EMA. This candle breaking and closed above 200 EMA. This candle again came above 200 EMA. So it gave a small spike on the upside. So I went on the call trade, but again broken down, and then I shifted again to the put trade. So it was like I kept on taking small trades. So whatever profits I have made on this day, it was like too much of brokerage will be there. A call trade I've taken, I mean multiple call trades, profit is around 54,000. Multiple put trades, profit is just 34,000. But many of you might be expecting that I have made huge profit looking at this move, but I should have made good big profits. Even after all these traps, I just tell you, at this level, this is at 255. Normally on the expiry day, I won't trade after 3 o'clock. But here, I was with a profit of 1.5 lakhs. At what time? I'll tell you at what time. This is around 255. But again, what I did is, look at this moves, guys. I missed this complete move just because of this one breakdown and this breakdown. The support that I was expecting did not come here. Here also I did not get much, though it was like a gap has been filled and everything, it went completely against me. Still I managed with this breakdown trade and this breakdown trade and some support trades here. Even then I was in a profit of 1.5 lakhs. But what happened was, that was not enough for me looking at the move. I somehow felt, I missed something, and that ego. It is only because of my ego. Trust me, there is something which I want to tell you. This is what I want to convey. Two things. One, I lost around 70 to 80,000 towards the end in 5 minutes just because of my ego. Secondly, I went for a hero zero trade. Remember guys, never ever try to go for a hero zero trade, because it will, if you attempt it 10 times, for one time you'll be getting good results. But you may not be able to get that hero for all the 10 times. You may book it by 20 or 30 or 40. But mostly will go to zero. Look at this. 12 rupee. I was buying huge quantities. You can see here at 3 o'clock. I normally won't trade after 3 o'clock on expiry. So I bought this much quantities. And you can see it, but again, the issue is after buying this, it again came to 21. So 21 means I'm buying at 11, 12 rupees, and it came to 21, but I did not book. I gave a limit price of around 24. Why? What I wanted is, I want to double it, at least double. Okay, this is so I can make a profit of 2 lakh plus, because I was already in 1.5 or 1.6. So I was looking for around 2.5 level, something like that. Okay, it came to 21, but I didn't book. And then, where I closed the position at 20 paisa. I closed it. And I again took some call trades as they were making an up move. That also I closed in some 66 entry and 75, like 10 points I got. But what happened is, it was a good day, very good day. I should have made at least the profit of 3 lakh. I should have made 3 lakhs, but I closed it with 89 only because of my mistakes. Though I followed my setup, I'm okay to miss this trade. I followed my setup and I failed here. Here also took this setup and this setup. I absolutely don't have any problem because I followed my setup and failed. Here also I followed my setup and failed. Here I win by following my setup. Here also I win by following the setup. I got put trade, and again this one, once this low is broken, here also I got a put trade. Okay, this rejection trade also I got 20 MA rejection trade, 20 MA rejection. You can see clearly 20 MA rejection, 20 MA rejection, and towards the end, this trade, this is the one. So this hero zero trade is the one which actually troubled. Otherwise, see, we have a good setup. It may not work all the time. So this day it didn't work. This didn't give me the profit, but that doesn't mean that I should not follow this. See, out of 10 it will reward you 8 times. So today it did not work for me. Today this also did not work for me, so I had to take a big stop loss here and here. Even after that, the same setup gave me around, if you see, if this you can calculate, look at the entry price, 12 rupee. Okay, 12, you can multiply it with 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, quantity 7. 7 means 6300. So 6300 multiplied with 12, we'll get 75,000. So here you can see I'm selling this entire thing. Okay, this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, I'm selling at 20 paisa. So the entire 75,000 is gone. So that 75,000 is what I lost in this 0 trade. So what my point is, avoid this 0 trade first, and sticking to your setup is very important. Sometimes it may not work for you. Okay, so sometimes you may have to take the stop loss. So this was the day where R3 did not work, S3 did not work for me. But if you see this beautifully, the entire move can be captured by using the same R3 and S3 concept. Let me show you the beauty. If you look at this, let me show you the weekly time frame. Let me show you the pivots here. I'll just show you Camarilla weekly, and I'll just show you S3 only. Okay. So let me apply S3 only. Can you see this, guys? Weekly time frame. This is the weekly candle. So weekly candle came and touched the Camarilla yesterday, that is on Monday. Look at this entire move I can capture from the top. So which pivot? Camarilla pivot. And which time frame? Weekly. Where is the top? Exactly at the top where we got the reversal. So this is how multiple time frames we need to watch. So that was, again, look at this, from where it is bouncing, where it is bouncing, where it is bouncing. You can see this weekly time frame. So actually we should have got 39,000 actually. Where is S3? Once it came from 39,000, it moved till 46,000. Okay, leave that. But this day it was weekly time frame. It was at R3. I missed this also. Otherwise, I might have not gone for this call position aggressively here and here. But still, it's okay. As a scalper, I follow that. Still, profit is 90,000. Came out in green. That's a good thing. The key takeaways, I should have avoided 0 trade here. Or even if I would have taken this trade, I should have kept some 6 rupees stop loss. Half rupee stop loss. But I took entire 12 as stop loss and I closed in 20 paisa. Okay. If I did not close this in 20 paisa, I will have to close this in 0. So at least I have saved 20 paisa. That anyway, leave it. So this have become 0 ultimately. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you understood this one, which I've discussed, the weekly time frame, which is again very important. Don't forget that. You'll see the other ways. Otherwise, the setup worked really well. It did not give any retracement to VWAP actually, and hardly one retracement to super trend level. So VWAP trades, it was very tough. Only at the top we got the VWAP rejection trade. Otherwise, it did not come to VWAP. So that's why if it would have come to VWAP at least once, we would have seen a good profit from my side, at least 3 lakhs. But today I had to close this. But again, look at this beauties. The beauty is that the call also I closed in green. The put also I closed in green. But it was very small. I know that. But still I was able to close in green. This is my call trade. This setup is correct. This is again my call trade. I got a retracement. Okay. And then this call trade, it failed. Took the stop loss. This call trade took the stop loss. So once they broke this low, yesterday's low, I have to take a put trade. Worked 20 MA rejection, put trade. 20 MA rejection, put trade. Okay. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you understood something that we have discussed. So if you followed the setup and if you made loss here and here, it's okay. You had opportunities for profit here, 20 MA, 20 MA, 20 MA. Okay. So these are the profitable areas. So cumulative, we need to take all the trades together and you need to see what happened towards the end. So this is what happened towards the end, and I should have avoided this trade.
This I strongly regret, and I just want to tell this very strongly to all my the subscribers and followers, that this kind of trades you should avoid. Why I took is, there are two reasons. First one is ego. Looking at this move, this somehow I felt that I made only 1.5 lakhs, and it is something which is not up to the mark. I felt somehow like the ego hurts me at this point of time looking at the move, and that's one thing. So ego should not be there. Normally I do not have such emotions, but then this day it happened, and I tried a hero zero. These two are the mistakes. First is, ego should not affect your trades, no emotions. Second, avoid hero zero trade. Even if you're trying, don't look for this kind of quantities. Don't deploy around 75,000, hardly some 25-30,000. It's okay. See, almost 50% of the profit I spent for that. I should have spent around 10 or 20%. That's it. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. If I was in 1.5 lakhs profit, and if I spent 20%, which is around 30,000, it's okay. But this was a mistake. Okay, guys. I hope you understood. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.